Let's take a look at the problem-solving strategy. Is there too much information or not enough? In this first problem, on the first day, Gabriella's family traveled 3/10 of the road trip. On the second day, they traveled 27/100 of the road trip. They traveled 4 days. What part of the trip did they travel in the first 2 days? Well, the first thing I want to do is I want to figure out, well, what do I already know? I know that Gabriella's family traveled 3/10 of a road trip on the first day and 27/100 on the second day. We also know they traveled 4 days. The other piece that I need to figure out is, what do I need to find out? I need to know what part of their trip they traveled in the first 2 days. So I need to ask myself, do I have too much information or not enough? Well, I do have some extra information. The fact that they traveled 4 days is extra information. But what I do need to do is I do need to add 3/10 and 27/100. So what I need to do is I need to add 3/10 and 27/100. The first thing I need to do is I need to take my 3/10 and I need to turn it into 30/100 so that I am able to add. I'm able to add 30/100 plus 27/100 and get 57/100. So Gabriella's family traveled 57/100 of their trip in the first 2 days. Now I just need to ask myself, does that make sense? Well, 57/100 is a little bit more than 1/2. 3/10 is about 1/4. And 27/100 is also about 1/4. Well, 1/4 plus 1/4 is 2/4, which is equal to 1/2. Here's another problem. Charlotte walked 6/10 of a mile to school. After school, she walked 24/100 of a mile to her friend's house. How much time does it take Charlotte to walk to school and to her friend's house? Let's start with, what do we know? We know that she walked 6/10 to school. We also know that she walked 24/100 to her friend's house. What we need to find out is, we need to find out how much time. We need to find out the amount of time she walked total. So as I get ready to do my plan, the first thing I have to ask myself is, do I have too much information or not enough? And I realize I do not have enough. Because in order to be able to answer this question, I need to know how long it took her to walk to school and to walk to her friend's house. So as I look at step 3, I cannot solve this because I need to know how long she walked to school and to her friend's house. Lastly, does it make sense? Yes. I don't know the time.